Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. 'Cause baby girl, you are so easy, baby. The only reason that I can do tonight is 'cause I know you were invited. The only reason that this dress is can tie is 'cause I thought that you would like it. I'm only
Welcome to Jessica Javens Talk. If this is the first time that you're watching this show, my name is Jessica Javens. This is season 3, so you better check out the previous episodes. Not only we are in all major social media platforms, but now we're also on Roku. Did you know that Roku has over 1.5 million subscribers? And also Fire TV, so go check it out, Jessica Javens Talk. Today's guest is a person who brings a mix of amazing entrepreneurship, but also not just a moneymaker, but actually health. So I would like to welcome our special guest today. His name is Lance Wilson. He is the co-founder of Vegan Reality, where he donates $1,000 every time that his company either sells or buys a home. So yes, he's in real estate. And also, he's the host of the Health and Real Estate podcast. His logo, his theme is Health Made Simple, Real Estate Made Fun. And he's a superfood dealer. Welcome, Lance Wilson. Thank you so much for coming to the show today.
Yes, thank you, Jessica. I'm very excited to be here. And you hyped me up, man. You just made me feel good. So yeah, I'm ready to dive in whatever you want. The real estate, the health, however
Thank
we
you
want
so
to go. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. I am very happy to have you here. Lance and I actually met over something that we're very passionate about, which is health, right? Bringing our health, making us feel more amazing every day. So that was what brought us together, but we have more in common than you think. So first, let's start digging from the beginning here, Lance. How did you create the possibility of bringing real estate and health together, having a podcast, and actually putting that together? Like, that's a little mind-boggling for me and probably most of our viewers here today.
Yes, so I'm a big fan of actually combining your passions with your business. So a lot of people, they try to separate them, but it makes it more fun when you combine it, especially if your passion, it's very like mission driven. So then it also adds in like, more than just business. So it started, I've been in real estate 12 years now. I got in real estate right after college.
Wow.
Never had a real job, just got my license right after college, and it just got right into real estate. And I was actually getting burned out in the industry, and I was about to quit the real estate industry. But then I actually combined my passion with my business, and it just relit the fire in me for real estate. So
Wow.
it's a very, very niche market in real estate. That's how we created Vegan Realty. And everyone is like, what the heck is vegan realty? Even the vegans are confused. They're like, are the houses vegan? Are they made of tofu? Like, is there broccoli in the, like, what is going on? And essentially all it is we are just a team of vegan real estate agents. And our big thing is, like you said earlier, we donate $1,000 to animal rescues for every person that we help buy or sell their home.
That's awesome.
So, and not just do we donate back, but we also do a lot of community events. For instance, a lot of real estate teams do like home buying events or things like that, which yes, we do. But we also do like fun community events. Me and my business partner, we're just like, what do we like to do for fun? Let's create an event around that through our real estate business. For instance, we're in California. I love beach cleanups. So we would do beach cleanups through our real estate team. We would do hikes through our real estate team. We would go to different vegan restaurants and invite everyone. We would do fundraisers. We would just do, my business partner loves board games. So we would have board game nights at our office, and there'd be like 5, 6 different tables of people playing different board games. And that is how we grew our business is just through doing things that we enjoy. And
That's
we wouldn't do a big hard pitch. We would just at the beginning of the event, we're just like, hey, we're Vegan Realty. We donate $1,000 to animal rescues. We also do community events. And we just like to have fun. If anyone here wants to buy or sell, come talk to us. If not, let's eat, let's play, let's hike,
wow,
whatever.
that's beautiful.
So yeah, that reignited my passion for like real estate again. And also it made it more about a bigger mission because we're donating back to
Yes.
animal rescues, which is a big passion of mine.
Absolutely. Now, let me back up one second here. Why did you choose real estate right out of college, and why did you felt burnt out?
Yeah, I was studying business and marketing in college, and it was my final semester of college. I was, to graduate. And I read this book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. A
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people have read it that have got into real estate, and it just completely like rewired my mindset to like, oh, I want to be a business owner versus an employee. And my personal belief is, well, depending on what your major is in college, but a lot of business degrees in college, they just teach you to be an employee. They don't really teach you to be an entrepreneur or business owner.
True.
And when I read that book, I was like, oh yeah, like I want to work for myself, build a business, become an entrepreneur. And so that's why I got my real estate license right after college and never had a real job. And why I got burnt out is real estate it's 100% commission based. And a lot of agents ride this commission roller coaster where they get like two, three, four deals, and which is awesome. But then when those deals close, they have like zero deals in the pipeline. So you could be going like have good months and bad months and good months and bad months. And after doing it for 10 years, it just wasn't my passion. It was just a way to make a living, way to make money. And that's kind of why I got burnt out is it just wasn't fulfilling, like just helping people buy and sell their houses. But when we added the passion into it with like vegan realty and doing community events, bringing the community together and donating back, then, that burnt out just fade away and it just turned into fuel.
That's amazing. Now, what were the signs of burnout in your case?
Oh man, it was just didn't feel like going to the office in the morning. It was just like, oh, another day. Like, it just felt like what's that movie, Groundhog's Day, where I was just reliving
Oh
the same thing
gosh.
every day. No passion. Like I want a life of like fun and passion and contribution and service. And it was just, it was just like a job, and I don't want a job.
And you know what, Lance? That's such a big reality of so many people. Either employees who are burnt out and they're probably stuck in that box, right? And you can't get out because you need that paycheck, you need those benefits, you need the healthcare insurance and all that stuff. And then you have the entrepreneur, which is also in a situation where you were at, but then although you're your own boss, there is a lot of pressure there because it's a roller coaster and it all depends on you. What made you realize that you didn't have to give up that career? What was the shift that caused you to realize that it was more of making it fun, bringing health? What was it that turned the key for you?
Yeah, great question. I don't know if there's a specific moment, but I think there's just a lot building up to it. And I was almost having this crisis where it's like, oh, I have to quit real estate to follow my passion. Like a lot of people think you can't combine them, but
True.
I don't know how, but I just had that realization. I was like, you know what? Let's try this. And we tried it, and it was just, man, just I highly recommend everyone. Like you can combine your business and your passion together. And then I've been in real estate, 10 plus years. So this also goes with the health and real estate community. So I'm all about combining like passions together with business, and also like I believe the riches are in the niches. So I love health and I'm in real estate. And what I found out is the real estate industry is it's non-health conducive. It's very toxic, very
Wow.
alcohol heavy. Uh, agents are always on the go, so they're always eating out, eating fast food, not eating. And it could be a very stressful job. You're working, nights, weekends, you're on your clients' hours. You're dealing with, people's, home purchase, which could be very stressful negotiation things. So it's just a very health taxing industry. And a lot of agents have health problems. So that's when I really started getting into health. And that's one of the reasons why I started the health and real estate community and the health and real estate podcast, which I had you on, and you were amazing.
Yes, that was incredible. No, this is so genius, Lance. So, were you actually sucked in to what you're telling me is a reality in real estate business? The unhealthy, the rushing, the stress, the eating out, toxic, and all that stuff. Did you feel sucked in?
Yes, so I was sucked into it. I lived it. I experienced it. I actually quit drinking alcohol almost 5 years ago. So in real estate, there's always happy hours. Especially here in LA, you can find a happy hour probably every night of the week, and they
Wow.
all have alcohol and unhealthy foods. And for me, it was just hard to like turn down stuff. And I actually craved that stuff. But then I found a way in a program where you can actually rewire your food cravings to where you don't crave the junk foods and the unhealthy foods, but you actually crave real foods and whole foods and superfoods.
Wow. So what I understand that you're saying right now is that something happened or something had to give where you realize that those things that you were actually craving were not serving you. It wasn't good for you and you had to make a change, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. And now you were exposed to something that actually nourished your body and that helped you with drinking. Bad habits, I guess the burnout, right? And the cravings. That's a lot. So how did you what was your journey into actually finding that? Because there's just so many things out there, especially if you're talking about the United States of America, the amount of programs and amount of products and things out there is just mind-blowing. It's crazy. So how did you get to a program that actually works for you?
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting story. So during COVID, I actually went to Belize, the country Belize, and I went there. There was like a vegan eco retreat there. And I met some people, and they were like super healthy. They were glowing. They were just annoyingly happy and healthy. And like they were just, their skin was shining and everything. And they were all doing this program. They were all taking these superfoods, and they were telling me about it. They're like, "Oh, it helped me with my eczema. It helped me with my bloating, my leaky gut. It helped me with my cat allergies. It helped me with my autoimmune disease. It helped me with all these different things." And I was like, "That's awesome for you." Like I don't suffer from any of that. I was like just averagely healthy. I didn't suffer with
Mhm.
anything. I just had good health. But once I took it, it took me to the next level. I didn't know you could feel that good because I was feeling good. I wasn't feeling great.
I love
And
that.
then when I started that program, just that's when I quit alcohol. I quit energy drinks. I used to drink 2 to 3 Red Bulls a
Oh,
day.
wow.
Yeah. And it was just, the gateway to health to me, to real health, not like this artificial, fake health.
That's amazing. So you were in a trip and you accidentally met a group of people who were into health and that presented this to you. That's excellent. So you decided to try it out and then you felt the difference. I have to applaud you because you didn't actually have any like maybe chronic disease at this point in your life. You're very young, and sometimes those things only show up later in life after we have been practicing bad habits for a significant amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And then it catches up to you later on in life. So it's very nice that you actually had that consciousness and that you were open to trying it at this point in your life. So tell me, how long did it take you to actually start feeling the difference and helping you to actually stop these bad habits that were so ingrained?
Definitely. So it took about 2 to 3 weeks because I immersed myself in the program. They have a thing called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and it literally transforms your lifestyle. So there's several products, but after like 2 weeks on it, that's when I quit. I never drank again after that while doing that because I never craved alcohol and I just started feeling like better and better, more energy, more clarity. That was another thing, not just like physical energy, but also mental energy and mental focus. Like, one of the main things I learned was gut health. Like, that's such a buzzword nowadays and it's trendy, but they were one of the first people talking about it that I ever heard. And they were also the first people talking about glyphosate. When they first they were talking about glyphosate, I was like, glypho, who? Glypho,
Yeah.
what? But glyphosate's the number one used pesticide sprayed in the whole world. Here in the US, you literally can't escape it. It's in the rainwater, it's in the air, it's everywhere, and it wreaks havoc on our gut. And they have Purium, the company, they have the only clinically uh, proved solution to help remove glyphosate from your system. And man, when I repaired my gut, because your gut's like your second brain, once you
Yes.
repair your gut, everything else just starts to like flow in alignment.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. So tell me now, how did that change your viewpoint, your outcome in life, in your career at this point? Because you told me you started feeling better, you had more clarity, more energy, right? You upgraded your health. You didn't have any serious issues, but you upgraded it. Tell me now, how did it change your outcome with your career and life at this point?
Oh, yeah, it just made everything more aligned. And that's why I started the health and real estate community and podcast because it just, man, it just feels so good to feel this good. And I just want everyone to feel this good. And everyone, like, a lot of people suffer from a lot of health problems. And a lot of these could be preventable or even reversible. So I just want people to feel good, help heal the planet, and all that stuff. So it just like reignited a new fire in helping like to build this wellness community for real estate agents because I know it's such a need for not just real estate agents, but everyone. But it's perfect for agents because they're always on the go. And this solution is perfect because the power shake right there in your studio, you literally, that is raw living foods with real enzymes and it tastes delicious. I hate green drinks. I even hate salads, and I'm vegan. Everyone's like, "Wait, don't isn't that all you eat?" I was like, "No." But the Power Shake is the most delicious green drink I've ever had, and you just mix it in with water and all the living enzymes come back to life and you literally just shake it in a shaker or a blender. So easy, so convenient, so delicious and so nutritious.
That's amazing. You know, I'm so happy that you shared something that I really want people to realize, to self-advocate for themselves and for their health, not to settle. Because even if you're doing okay, there is more out there. And if you just rely on one source, perhaps medical, there is also a limit on that of how much it can help. But when we advocate for the most important person, which is ourselves, and we take charge of that and we really take that seriously, there is just so many different possibilities. And once you do that to yourself, automatically that reflects into our community, our friends, our family, and what we can do. Because once we feel amazing, we can do so much more for other people than when we're not feeling well, right? So I love that you brought that up and how now it's been like a domino effect in your life. You came from burnout, something that you probably were thinking even about giving up, and now you transform it into something incredible. So Before I ask you the next question, though, I just want to say a quick thank you, yes, for our sponsors today, which is Purium, which is the ultimate life transformation company, yes, that has been transforming people's lives. I also drink aloe vera juice. This is one of the best aloe vera juices in the world. And if you ever go to South Florida, go visit my brother's restaurant, which is called Through the Vine in Fort Lauderdale. So these are our sponsors for this show today. And my question for you, Lance, right now, because I am a woman and I am a corporate survivor, I was in banking for a long time. I struggled with my health, although I've been after a better health since I was a kid. I went through my first diet when I was 8 years old, and I've been in different ones ever since. So I've tried everything that is out there. It took me a long time to get where I am today, which I can correlate a lot with what you shared today. So thank you. But thinking about now the women, do you think that there's anything that you've seen or that you would say that you, with your career right now, that could impact and help women who probably want to be entrepreneurs or want to be independent and want to have a better life and a better lifestyle and healthy lifestyle? So tell me, in your experience, what could you tell this niche, which is my niche here right now, if you can share that with us?
Absolutely. I would say two things. One, like you said earlier, like treat yourself with respect with the highest quality foods. So you need to try the ULT or the Power Shake. Hit up Jessica. There is a 60-day money back guarantee. So definitely hit her up. And secondly, I'm with Keller Williams. Keller Williams is one of the biggest brokerages in the world. And Keller Williams actually offers real estate schooling scholarships. So if anyone out there is interested in becoming a real estate agent, hit me up because we have online scholarships to real estate courses. It's not in every state, but it's about 35, 40 different states that we could offer that. So yeah, hit us up. You can get a real estate scholarship and then hit up Jessica and get healthy and get nutritious.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Now, Lance, you have a podcast, which I had the privilege of being a part of. I love watching your podcast. Every person that you invite there is amazing, and you're so talented. Tell me now, when you started, how was that first year for you?
Yes, I'm still in the first year. I'm towards the end of it. I started May of 2025.
Wow, I
So
can't believe
coming
it.
up on 1 year. And I've always wanted to start a podcast. So for like 2 years, I've been like procrastinating and pushing it off because I always thought it had to be perfect. When from day one, I thought it had to be perfect. And also, I didn't know all the tech stuff. I didn't have a studio. I didn't have all the fancy equipment. So my first year, I actually rented a studio and I did 5 podcasts. I had 5 guests the first month, and I rented the studio because they had the cameras, they had the lighting, they had the mics, and which was awesome. I just love talking to people. I don't like all the other stuff, like the back end stuff, the tech and all that. So I thought I solved that problem by running a studio, and then all they did was just provide the studio and the equipment. So then once the episode was finished, they're like, yep, here you go. Here's everything. Have fun. I was like, wait, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know how to video edit. And it was so tough because there was 2 mics, there was 3 cameras to splice all that together. So I had to like go through hiring different editors and all this. And it turned out great, but it was just, to me, it was just a headache and a hassle. And it just didn't I actually stopped for a few months, 2, 3 months while I was figuring all that out. But now I've been rocking and rolling and grooving and moving because what works for me is I just do a virtual podcast just like you. I use Riverside just like you. And you got a nice setup and studio. I'm going to get to you one day. But yeah, my biggest thing to anyone that's thinking about it, like just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. My whole thing, my first year, I was like, it's not going to be great, but each episode, I'm gonna get better and better. But I have been like so consistent the past 6 months, ever since I went virtual, because the simplicity makes it very easy to do it consistently. So thank you for being on my podcast. That was super fun.
Yes.
And it's awesome. You just get to talk to a lot of cool guests, especially if you do it virtually, because you can talk to people in different countries, halfway around the world.
Yeah.
So it's super fun. I'm having a blast. And it's all about health and real estate. That's the name of it, the Health and Real Estate Podcast. So it's about health made simple and real estate made fun. So I just like to make everything fun and simple.
I love that. This is, like I said, is so genius. If of course, if you're watching this, you're gonna have to check him out right now. So you have to go also to his YouTube channel and check his podcast. Of course, I'm there, but he has so many amazing guests, which have absolutely incredible transformational stories that can also inspire you. Now, I've heard that you participated in a marathon. Is that correct?
Yes, and I'm not even a runner. So I just last December, a few months ago, I did the Honolulu Marathon. And it was my first time in Hawaii, my first marathon. So I was, checking off two items on the bucket list. And I've always wanted to do a marathon, but I hate running. I could play sports all day. I love running, playing sports. But when it comes to running just to run, not not for me, and I don't have endurance like that. But what appealed to me was, one, it was in Hawaii, and two, it's probably the world's chillest marathon. Most marathons have a cutoff time and you have to qualify. This one, there's no cutoff time. So like people could even walk the whole thing, and that's what a lot of locals do. So I was like, I can walk a marathon, but I ended up jogging the majority of it, like maybe 70%, and then like take little walking breaks. So I would like jog, walk, jog, walk. And when you just think of something like that and you break it down like that, you're like, wow, that's much more doable and achievable than I ever thought. Because before I looked into it, I thought people ran marathons nonstop, didn't stop for like water breaks or bathroom breaks or walking breaks or stretching breaks. That's what I thought. Most of the people that do marathons, they do walk a portion of it. And I didn't know that. I was like, oh, well, yeah, this seems totally more possible than I imagined in my head. And I feel like us humans do that with everything. Like anything hard,
Yes.
we make it seem 10 times harder than it actually is. Then we start like looking into it and taking that first step. You're like, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. And
I
then
love
also I was powered by the highest quality superfoods on the planet. So that was a bonus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did you feel that you were like stronger? Because we talked about the mental part, the intestines, right? The gut and all that. But did you feel like you were more equipped with maybe probably your bones and your muscles for this?
Absolutely. So I did a little bit of training, but not much. But my main thing was I just focused on nutrition, like real whole food nutrition. Those I took like probably the day of probably like 50 super aminos.
Whoa.
And that's like the world's cleanest, leanest protein. It's pure protein, 99% absorbable. It's in your system in 23 minutes. I feel like it was a cheat code, but it's just like comes from real food. I
Yeah.
took the Can't Beat This, which is like nature's energy drink from Purium. I took tons of Purium products that fueled me and helped me recover. I was fine in like 2, 3 days after the marathon, where most people takes them like 2, 3 weeks to recover from a marathon. So
Oh,
that was
really?
just another thing that like I was just like it helped me gain so much more belief and confidence in the Purium products.
Wow. And I'm sure on yourself too, because look at what you
Yeah,
put
myself as well.
experienced, right? That's amazing. Because now
Yeah,
you're not
it's kind of funny. It's kind of, I was gonna say it's kind of funny because that is a huge accomplishment. And after I finished it, like a few days later, it's just like, oh, whatever, life goes on. So thank you for that reminder. I feel like us as humans, especially high achievers like us, like after we achieve something big, we're just like kind of forget about it and we're like
To
on to the
next.
next.
Yep.
So
We
yeah,
need to
thanks for that
celebrate those
reminder.
little ones. Yes, absolutely. Because then it makes you stronger, and you're even more ready for the next level, right? It doesn't hold you back, it pushes you forward, propels you. Now,
Absolutely.
you mentioned that you're young and you've had good health and so forth, but you also mentioned that you had changes on your sleep pattern. Can you tell me a little bit about the sleep and why was this so important?
Yeah, so I've always struggled with sleep. I would, get like 4, 5, 6 hours of sleep every night. I would struggle falling asleep. Like my mind was constantly racing, even though I was physically tired, but mentally my brain just wouldn't shut off. And so I've struggled with that I'm 37 now, up until probably like 4 years ago. And also, when I would fall asleep, I would wake up in the middle of the night, wired, and could not fall back to sleep. It would take me an hour or two. But after I started like cleaning out my gut, clearing my gut, and eating right, and stopping energy drinks, which I learned that was a big thing, was even if I wasn't physically
Wow.
tired, the energy drinks mentally wire you.
Mhm.
So I cut out caffeine, all of energy drinks, but I quit. I only do coffee in the morning. And if I do caffeine past noon, again, I'm pretty wired at night. But one product in particular really helped. It was Purium's apothecary. And then all that is one ingredient. It's just organic, pure tart cherries concentrated into a drink. And I just take that every night. And cherries have the most naturally occurring melatonin out of all foods. And man, it makes
Wow.
me sleep like a baby. It helps me fall asleep and stay asleep. And now I wake up refreshed, where before I would wake up, all groggy. But man, that's probably one of my favorite products. It's so
Yeah.
good. It's just a little nightcap. Oh,
Yeah. So the main change that you felt by sleeping better is mainly how you wake up the next day. Is that where you see the main difference? Your energy at the time of getting up?
yeah, just waking up feeling refreshed and then falling asleep quicker without like mental anxiety or worry. Cause
Oh, that's a big one.
so it helped with that, helped calm and clear my.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's a big one, Lance, especially I think for women. And if you're going to add that you have kids on top of it and all of that, I remember for years me waking up as soon as I wake up, the anxiety already starts like, "Oh no, all of this and that." You literally you need to get up, but you don't want to because there's so much that you have to face and you conglomerate it all into one
Mhm.
thing, like you have to solve everything at once, and there's a lot of people who suffer that way. And I think that once you do have a good quality sleep and your body is functioning at the cell level correctly, all of those minimize and stabilize so that way your body is not going in survival mode anymore, but it's being nourished the way that it should be nourished. So I love that you mentioned that. So with all of this that you said, you it's incredible because you met these people who are super healthy and glowing, and you were a healthy guy. But now we talked about so many different things that change in your life. Like, come on, this is amazing. Most people are looking for a solution when they're actually in a very bad situation. Like you even heard it yourself, people with chronic issues, like serious issues that is affecting the quality of their life day in and day out. And many of us are probably sometimes like you who are not actually paying attention that you're suffering, but you're suffering.
Mhm.
You're just going through the motions. You're just like pushing it away, kind of, you know, dealing with it and moving on. Get distracted, go take a drink or whatever it is that you feel like it's helping you to cope, but at the end is really not. So let's talk about this group of people then. What would you suggest for people that haven't realized that there's something that they actually could do to feel amazingly better. They just haven't found it yet or felt that way yet, so they can't pinpoint it like you can right now. What would be your suggestion for them to actually step up on the game at this point in life, other than waiting until the point where you're actually having real serious health problems, and then start doing something about it? What would you have to say to these people?
Yeah, so that is a large audience, and I would say a few things. One, I'm all about like preventative health. So yeah, I felt good now, or yeah, I felt good, but not great. So it took me to the next level. But also, if I continued that lifestyle that I was doing in the past, drinking, eating processed foods, eating or doing energy drinks, that would have at one point caught up to me and I would have had some sort of health scare. So health, it will catch up to you at one point. That's why I focus on prevention. And that's what a lot of these superfoods do. They help give you longevity and preventative health. So there's a saying, something along the lines of an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of the cure. So I always want to focus on preventative health, and health is everything. Like literally, health is wealth. There's another quote that I love where it says, an unhealthy person has hundreds of problems. They think they have hundreds of problems. Wait, no, a healthy person thinks they have 100 problems, but an unhealthy person only has one problem, and that is their health. So if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And literally, healthy, if you're unhealthy and you're sick and struggling and you're bedridden, like all those other things that you thought were problems just fade away. Like, oh, this meeting, or oh, I got to make lunch, or this or that, that all just falls away if you don't have your health. So that is like the most valuable thing. To me, that's the most valuable currency you could have, is your health.
That is so true. And it's a hard pill to swallow when you actually only learn after you go through the most difficult time of your life, when you
Mhm.
lose your health and you're not able to be yourself anymore and be able to accomplish and help people and live your purpose. So I love that. And now your niche right now is, of course, the mix of real estate and health. So, for all the real estate agents out there, or for people who want to be real estate agents and that are going into this market, and like you said, it is not a very healthy habit community, and it's a struggle, and you listed all of those. What is the message that you would want to leave with them here right now?
Definitely. I feel like health is so overcomplicated and it doesn't have to be. And, I feel like that's by design. All the commercials are doing this, doing that. They're selling like, they want us confused. But at the end of the day, it's simple. That's why one of my slogans is health made simple. And it's just eat real food. But a lot of people hear that, they're like, yeah, I eat real food. They think they do. I thought I did. But what
Hmm.
I learned is like only 5% of food in the US is actually organic. It's not genetically modified. It's not sprayed with
That's great.
pesticides and chemicals. So focus on real organic food. And if you can, focus on superfoods, because your nutrition is like 70 to 80% of all your health and your energy. Then the rest is like movement. And you don't have to go to the gym like 8 days a week. Like it's as simple as walking 30 minutes a day. If you just got your ate real food, not GMO, not artificial pesticide or artificial flavors and all that, just eat real food and walk 30 minutes a day. If people did that after like weeks, they will feel amazing. So it doesn't have to be this complicated. Eat real food, walk 30 minutes a day, get good sleep, hang out with awesome, amazing people like Jessica or myself.
I love that. I love that. That is just so true. It's almost like back to the basics, right? Of in a way of humanity is what we truly
Hmm.
really need and crave. No matter what technology, no matter how much time passes, that's what we really need and thrive. And that's the language that our body understands and reads, not the
Yes.
other stuff that we put in that they say, what is this, what's going on? They can't process that, so they just put it aside or whatever, and then pretty soon we're not functioning the way that we're designed to function, you know. So thank you for saying that, and the sense of community and all of that. So self-advocating, making sure that you are adding the fun and the health with whatever career that you're in. And of course, me and Lance are entrepreneurs. We chose this for a reason. And I love to leave people with this message that they don't realize the power that they have inside of them is far greater than what they can imagine if they just give themselves that permission. You gave yourself that permission, and now you're helping others to do the same. And here we are today on this show trying to bring this awareness to you so you can be your own advocate. The most important person is you, because that's where it all starts, from your health, your journey, your life, which just overflows into everybody that is surrounding you. So, Lance, your mission now and how you are impacting people through your podcast and your business and your example, how can people actually make sure that they are listening to your messages, getting to know you better, following you, and being able to reach you?
Definitely. Yeah. So the main thing I'm focusing on is the podcast. So it's called the Health and Real Estate Podcast. It is on YouTube, Apple, Spotify. Also, if you need to buy or sell a home, you're in the LA area, we can help you out. Plus, we donate $1,000 to animal rescues. And if you're interested in getting into real estate, also reach out because we have a real estate schooling scholarship. Or if you're anywhere else and you're thinking of buying or selling, I could connect you with the top agent in your area.
Wow,
And lastly, just stay healthy. Eat real food. Hit up Jessica.
that's awesome. I want to thank you so, so much for us having the privilege to be here together today. You're watching this show now. Make sure that you're sharing this, that you're following Lance and all of his podcasts. And he's also on social media. So make sure you're doing that so you're not missing out. And I want to thank you again for being here. I can't wait to see you on the next episode. This show is brought by the IMB's Network. This is Jessica Javens Talk.
Baby